now is the time for us to open the fuck up and be vulnerable whilst we are in this vortex. Let's fucking use this time, guys.
Hello and welcome to the Feminine as Fuck podcast. I'm your host, Monica Yates, a period and ICF certified women's life coach, and I help women to harness the power of their period and connect to their feminine flow. In these episodes, we will be talking about all things periods, hormones, confidence, health, food, money, sex, business, feminine flow, your brain, energy, and all the stuff that goes through our heads. You will walk away from each episode with new chicken nuggets and truth bombs, as I don't have a filter and I love talking about all the shit that people are thinking but too afraid to say.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my podcast. Firstly, I just want you to all take a deep breath. This is a stressful, uncertain, fearful time right now with coronavirus. And it's also the morning. So if I have a morning voice, that's why. But I just really felt called to just like get on my podcast and talk about this. I wanted to get it out ASAP. Let's all just close our eyes for a second. If you're driving, do not close your eyes. If you're driving, I just want you to focus on something. Like focus on your legs or the hands on the steering wheel. And I want you to take a big breath in and your belly expands. So your chest should not move. A big breath in and hold it. And then a big sigh out. Let's do that again. Breath in. Hold it. Breath out. Just dropping into our bodies for a second. Whoa, this time is fucked. Honestly, it's like World War III, but like we don't have it hard, basically. I'm sure some of you have maybe seen the posts that have been going around of like, you know, during World War II or World War I or whatever, like our parents were asked to go out and kill people and we're being asked to stay home and Netflix and chill. Like perspective. Seriously, that really helped me. Like, yeah, fucking perspective. And I wanted to jump on because I've obviously moved to London now because it wasn't very safe for me to be in New York. New York's obviously gone into lockdown and the streets are eerie as fuck. So that would just be creepy and it'd be a hard city to live in, I feel, when you're like cooped up in a box, like not really able to go out and do anything. Because New York is one of those cities where you do want to be out. Now, obviously I was staying in a beautiful apartment, but I wasn't going to risk like not being able to get out of the country when my rent was up. So I had to leave like at the last minute, as I'm sure many of you would know from my Instagram story. I had to leave at the last minute and fly to London. The reason being I have a British passport, so I knew that I'd be safe here. I knew that I could get medical attention here, that I had like right as a citizen. I didn't want to go back to Australia. Australia doesn't pull me. It doesn't excite me. Whereas, you know, I want my business is going to keep thriving and I want to keep being in really high energy. And so I knew that I needed to be somewhere where I was like, getting a spur of inspiration, and London was going to be the place. I was meant to go to Paris in April and go and live there for 4 months, but it just, again, I don't speak French. I don't have a French passport. With everything going on, that was just like a little bit of a silly choice. So I decided to make the safer option that didn't include going home, which was to come to London. So here I am. Hello, welcome from Notting Hill. I'm in a super cute apartment. And as many of you might have seen on my Instagram story, when I arrived, I had a fucking meltdown. Nothing major. It was just like so much exhaustion. The past 4 days were fucking intense. I obviously had to cancel my New York event because of coronavirus, and thank God I did. I really did not want to. My intuition was like, you need to cancel it. And I'm really glad I listened to it because it turns out like on Saturday, that's when things started to get really on Friday, things were getting very hectic with coronavirus and just the world. And then on Saturday, that's when there was the ban on UK to US travel. And I was just like, oh my God, I have to get out of the fucking country. And just like, imagine if I was in the middle of an event and then Monday they went into lockdown and like Monday we still would have been at the event. So it would have been like an all round nightmare to be having that event. So I'm glad I tuned into my intuition and listen to that. But nonetheless, it was a really hard choice. Now I am going to do a little IGTV slash podcast about cash flow because I want to mention to you guys about like refunds and how, you know, like you can actually feel abundant giving refunds because I obviously had to refund everybody. And I'll do that in another episode. But today I kind of wanted to share with you just some downloads I've been getting. My downloads have been really fucking hectic. I haven't really been able to sleep very much because my mind has just been racing with ideas and thoughts, and it's just like, whoa, calm down. So I've actually been doing a lot of meditation, a lot of yoga, which has been beautiful. I've also been embracing this rush of energy and channeling and all of that is coming through. I'm going through an up level, being so out of my comfort zone, leaving, traveling, feeling unsafe, all that stuff. It shifts you, it moves you. So I'm all fine now in London, but I did want to share with you guys what's been kind of going through my mind the past 24 hours and some downloads I've been getting. Now, firstly, I want to say that if you're at home in self-quarantine or in lockdown, wherever you are in the world, whilst, yes, watch Netflix, have a chill time, X, Y, and Z, I really think we're in like a fucking vortex, guys. Like, I fucking feel like we are in a vortex and like we're gonna come out of this on the other side as like a completely different like fucking population, human species, whatever. I mean, you look at the world and the way that it's healing from climate change is just fucking magnificent. And I feel like everybody right now is facing all of their shit and it's rising and they can't not face it because they have to like sit at home and it has to bubble up because they're not like out drinking and with friends and like suppressing it. And so it's going to be really interesting to see the way that the world is after the coronavirus like fucking clears out, because I feel like we're in a vortex. So with that, let's not numb ourselves with Netflix, please. Let's actually use this time that we've been gifted. I really feel like we've been gifted this time to do the work. And I know that it can seem a little bit scary, and go check out my IGTV. I did a little witchy wisdom IGTV about abundance and staying in like an abundant mindset. But I understand that for a lot of us, it can be really hard right now to stay in that abundant mindset. But what I will say is now is like the ultimate test for you to really be in the abundant mindset, because a lot of us will only go to abundance when we're actually feeling like when money's flying through the door, but we struggle to feel abundant when money isn't. And that's where the real test is, the real challenge and the real growth is, and the real energetic upgrade is actually being able to like maybe let's say you've been laid off from your job and actually still being able to tap into those feelings of abundance. That is like where the fucking gold is. So let's all really tune into that. And if you're wanting to tune into that, I've got my Magic Money Manifestation course. It's only $197. And during this time, I'm actually going to re-put out the coupon where you then get $111 off any other of my self-paced programs. So I'm actually going to put that coupon out so that you guys can use it if you want to get Magic Money Manifestation. So you could then get my coming off hormonal birth control one. You could get like, I don't know, like how to create your dream life masterclass, whatever else you want. And keep a lookout on my Instagrams, because I'm just feeling so fucking called to do like so many like I'm obviously doing a lot of free stuff right now, which I always do, but I'm doing like these witchy online circles for like just like little snippets of healing and meditations and breath work, because we all fucking need it. So make sure that you're checking out my Instagram stories, because I'm really feeling called to do like such low investment pieces. Now, I want to say the reason why they're not free, like not everything is free and something's low investment, is because in order for you to stay in the abundance mindset and in order for you to have a really good flow of money still, you need to be still investing. Don't fall into the trap of only being free. You still want to be investing small pieces here or there just to show the universe, like, I am still abundant. I am still worthy of this. I'm not going to be, I mean, these things like these circles are $22. Like if you then are like, oh my God, I like can't even afford $22. Now, while some of us maybe can't afford $22, like also figure out your priorities, because like some of us would say that, but then we would spend $22 on like alcohol, for example, especially during this time, or like other things that would numb us. Oh, someone just booked it. $22, guys, it's a really low investment for an hour of my time. Usually, my witch wisdom sessions are $555. My hour, I don't really have an hourly rate. I charge based on the value of the transformation. But this is something that I've been called to do, and I want to do with all of you, just to bring us all together and connect. So please use this, because this is not something that I regularly do. A lot of you know that, my value is very high and my prices are on the higher end of the spectrum. So getting Magic Money Manifestation for $200, like $197, is also fucking incredible value. That's got a ton of content about money and magic and manifestation. That's got like a lot of meditations and manifestation things, which is obviously really good for this time, because we are needing to tune into the visualization practices in order for us to stay in alignment. Okay, so let's go through a few of the things. Oh, if you do come to the circles, I'm also going to give you guys a code to use to get half the what's am I trying to say? To get 50% off Witch Womb Wisdom, because like it's a really fun program to be doing. And I feel like we all need a little bit more fun right now. So if you come to the circle, you'll get 50% off Witch Womb Wisdom. So you can also be then like learning how to cast spells and everything whilst we're at home chilling. Okay, let's tune into the guidance that I want to give you guys about this whole time with coronavirus and whatnot. Now, firstly, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect going through this. I've had a lot of feelings of not feeling 100% safe, wanting a man to just like fucking lie on me, to ground me, and so I can feel protected and whatnot. And I want to give you all permission to also be tuning into any feelings you have in those realms. If you are single and you've got a man friend, just fucking say to him, dude, I need you to lie on me. Like, this is a time where we need to be all putting our fucking egos aside and really tuning into like what are we needing and sharing that and asking for that and giving ourselves that and actually giving ourselves permission to have, want, desire, ask for all of those things, right? Okay, so the first thing I want to mention is the importance of routine. It is going to be easy for a lot of us to slip into a lazy fucking routine of like staying in pajamas all day and like not exercising in the morning, not meditating, not journaling because we don't have a strict routine because we're all now working from home. No, you need to have a routine. I have made it even more so. I mean, I generally have like a bit of a routine, but I've actually made it even like stricter for myself right now because we're all in this like very relaxed state in terms of us all working at home in our PJs all day, which I'm so fucking here for. But you don't want to fall into the trap of putting those things aside, like the journaling and the meditation that you know are going to help you. You know how on holidays you often put those things aside? Don't, right? This is not the time for that. So if you are not journaling in the morning, if you are not meditating, if you are not exercising in the morning, do whatever you usually would do in the morning, you need to be doing that no matter what. What I've also done for myself is I've also like written out like a bit of a workout calendar. I know before I go to bed the next workout that I'm doing the next day. And I'm doing Pilates every single morning. If you don't know my friend Bailey, she has her Baby Fit studio, highly recommend. So I'm doing that every single morning, and then I'm doing yoga every single afternoon. So I'm really making sure that I'm getting the movement. And like I would never generally exercise twice a day, but right now, because I'm not walking 20,000 steps like I usually would in New York, I'm making sure that I'm doing, you know, a burn Pilates workout in the morning, and then also a really good yoga flow in the afternoon, just to like keep my circulation going. So make sure you have a good routine. And I also would encourage you to write down things that you want to achieve that day. So like I've got my planner that I always use anyway, but like I am not slacking off. This is no different to usual. I've got my things to do every single day. I've got, you know, my to-do list. I've got things I want to achieve. And whilst, let's be honest, whilst part of me is like, oh, like, I don't really want to do that. Like, I'm comfy. Like, I could just put on Netflix. I'm like, no. So I'm really bringing in that discipline because otherwise, like, I'm just going to feel shit at the end of the day and lazy as fuck. And I feel like a lot of us are a bit scared about feeling really lazy and lethargic and like a fucking couch potato. So let's make sure that we're exercising like as much as we can. And like stretching and really getting the circulation going, and like lots of twisting, guys. Keep detoxifying, lots of twisting exercises. So yoga is really good for that. And then let's also make sure that we are ticking things off every day so we're feeling really productive, because that's going to help our mindset. And I think what a lot of us are worried about is like, what's going to happen to my mindset? What is it going to mean for my mental health? Like, am I going to get depressed? You know, am I going to feel really, really low and lethargic? And one thing that's going to help is obviously you making sure that you're ticking things off your list, because you will feel like you're achieving stuff every day, which is going to help you keep boosting your serotonin levels. Also, if you're in a relationship, let's please make sure that we are prioritizing sex. Let's not get lazy about that. Let's prioritize intimacy. You've got so much time on your hands now. Even if you're not in a relationship, but you've got friends, like, please make sure that you are doing as much as you can to connect with your friends. Book in like Skype coffee dates or whatever, and you can both sit down with coffee, or like both sit down with a meal at lunchtime or whatever, and you do it via Skype. You got to make sure that you are continuing to get your body like pumping with these hormones, whilst for some of us who may not be in close contact, we can still be getting these releases through our phone. I mean, hello, sexting. You get the same fucking release. Like, whoever gets wet when they're sexting? Me. So you get the same fucking release when you're sexting. And whilst, yes, there's nothing like a sexy touch, you can still be, you know, benefiting more so than if you're doing nothing. Okay. So routine is really, really important. The next thing is that I want to mention is don't let yourself sit in fear for the whole day. I really feel like there's some positives about this. And I was seeing this yesterday and I'm really trying to tune in. Like, one, we're getting a lot of work done. Two, the environment. Like, oh, how amazing. Like, even to me, I'm like, that is like motivation to stay inside, right? Seeing the environment and how it's changing in a good way because we're not traveling as much and not having all this pollution pumped out into the atmosphere. Another thing that's really positive is like we all get to be in our trackies for longer. Amazing. We're all not wasting time traveling to work. Also amazing. A lot of us are really allowing ourselves to be vulnerable with ourselves. Amazing. Hello, now your dates don't have to be like going out to a bar and getting dressed up. Your boyfriend can just come over and you're in trackies, or the guy that you're seeing can just come over and you're in trackies. And like, side note, we're not meant to be like socializing, but if there's one person that you're dating, I'm going to say like, let's stay sane for the sake of staying sane. And if you choose to let him or her come over, amazing. You don't have to dress up for them. Fuck yes. We're also probably going to end up saving a lot of money because we're not using petrol. We're not traveling. We're not, well, it's actually a good point. We're not going out and drinking and spending a lot of money on like going out and having meals and whatever and buying a pile of clothes because we're not meant to go out. So instead of spending all the money on the travel that you usually would and all that life shit, you can spend the money on doing shit for you, right? Booking in the course, doing one of my healing circles, like coming to one of them, buying Magic Money Manifestation. Maybe you want to save up so you can join Queen Alchemy or Baba, right? Which is going to start soon. There is so many other things that you can be doing with the money that you're saving, and really do not let yourself get into scarcity. We are not available for scarcity. We are abundant. The universe's abundance does not run out. It doesn't fucking matter what the stock market is doing or what the economy is doing. The universe has infinite abundance, and like abundance is also nature, right? The analogy I always use with my clients is like, you know, the trees never say, oh, I've got too many leaves. No, they're like, give me more, babe. Like, the trees are fucking abundant, right? An overflowing amount of abundance. And if you look at the environment right now, it's only becoming more abundant. So let's tune into the environment, right? If the environment's becoming more abundant, we are part of the environment. So therefore, we are also becoming more abundant. So keep in flow with that abundance vibration so you can keep bringing in money. Like honestly, for some of us, we can actually really use this as a time to grow our business, to do more with our business, to make more money. Okay. So I actually am going to do a circle where I'm going to do hot seat coaching for business advice, help, support, X, Y, and Z. It's going to be limited. So if you're feeling a bit like anxious about your business, make sure that you look out on my Instagram stories for that one. And that'll be like probably around the week of I don't know what the date is. I'm terrible with dates. Today's the 18th. I'll do it next Wednesday or Thursday or something. So whatever date that's going to be, I'm letting my calendar load. So yeah, don't be afraid of like, oh my God, I'm going to run out of money. Like, no. Tune into the energy of abundance right now, and it's everywhere. And Magic Money Manifestation has lots of that for you that I would highly recommend. And that's low investment, right? It's $197. Okay. The next thing I wanted to mention as well was we really need to let yourself sit in any fear for like 15 minutes. Let yourself sit so deeply in it and scream and cry and wail and have a fucking meltdown about the fear or the anxiety or the worry that you're feeling. Like if you want to worry, give yourself a 15-minute block of so much fucking worry. And then once that 15-minute block is up, it's done. No more worry. Like let yourself feel it, let yourself process it. What you don't want to do is you don't want to suppress it. You want to let yourself process it 1,000%. And that's why I'm going to do a circle next week as well, I guess around like the 21st-ish. Why is my fucking laptop not working? Okay, no, it'll be around the 23rd of March. I'm going to do like turning your fear into love circle. And I'm also going to show you guys how to do like a protection spell for any of you that want to get witchy. And then that's the 23rd, 24th. And then around like the 26th, I'll do the business one. So actually, maybe I could do the business one even earlier. Just keep watching my stories, okay? Because like the dates could change. I feel like we're needing them all fucking right now. So maybe I'll do a couple of business ones. Anyway, actually, maybe I'll do that. I could do like different time zones. That could be a really good idea, actually. Just thinking on the spot. Okay, so let yourself feel what you need to feel, but don't sit in it for like over 15 minutes. Let yourself process it and then it's gone. Okay. Next thing is we really need to harness our feelings of safety. We need to anchor into safety. I'm going to do an IGTV about like how to support your hormones during this time, because like I feel like in 3 months time, well, one, people are going to be pregnant as fuck. And two, whoever's not pregnant is going to have raging periods or be missing their period. So I'm going to do a little IGTV on how to support your cycle during this time so that doesn't happen to you, lol. But it's really important that part of also supporting your cycle and your health, your hormones and your cortisol levels so you don't burn out is tuning into safety. Now, you can feel safe within yourself, and that's what we're going to be doing in the circles, really bringing in the feeling of safety. But I also want to let you guys know, like, if you are really needing a person, like, call on that person. Maybe it's like you need to phone your dad. Maybe you need a special someone to come over, like I was saying, and just hug you for an hour. Maybe you need, like, even your best guy friend. You need to ask him, like, hey, can you come over and literally just sleep in my bed? Like, I just need a dude there. And there's no shame in that. Obviously, like, explain, like, this is obviously like it's not going anywhere kind of thing. And I'm sure he knows that if you guys are just friends, and make that really clear, draw those boundaries, set up the expectation. But let yourself like tune into, I need to feel safe. I need a man right now, or I need my partner, or I need my dad, or I need my mum. For me, like, going home, I didn't want to do, but for a lot of people, going home is going to make them feel really safe. Let yourself, like, ask yourself, journal on what would make me feel safe today. What would make me feel really fucking safe? Tune into that, be in that, anchor into that, give yourself permission to have that thing, because it's very important for your cortisol. And a lot of us women won't give ourselves permission to like ask for these things, or even like admit to us like, oh, I actually really want a man right now, or I actually really want help. We won't let ourselves admit that because we're like, oh no, I got to be a strong, independent woman. Like, fuck that. No, we are. Of course we don't. Of course we're not going to fucking die without having a man there, without having our partner there, or our dad there, or our mum there. But like, if we can have them there, why the fuck wouldn't we ask? Now is the time for us to open the fuck up and be vulnerable whilst we are in this vortex. Let's fucking use this time, guys. We have been gifted this time. If you're not using it, you're doing yourself and your future self a huge fucking, what's the word? Disgrace? No, you're not. You're doing yourself a huge fucking, what's the word? You know the word, whatever. You're doing yourself a huge fucking disservice. That's the word, disservice. Okay. All right. Now, last thing I want to mention to you guys is, if you are not up in your health routine, can we please also like honor our bodies right now? Also, our bodies are fucking, our bodies are really fucking stressed. And two, we've got like a ridiculous virus going around. So if your idea of like quarantine is like eating chips and like fucking, I don't know, macaroni, just like, I mean, if you want to eat that, like, that's your choice. But like, I also want to like just give my piece of the pie. You're listening to this, like, not the best idea. Let's support our bodies during this time. We are going to be more sedentary. We are going to be sleeping less because we're going to be worried. We are just having this underlying feeling of stress that we're all feeling from the collective, and fear. That's not helping our cortisol levels and our bodies. So let's make sure that we're eating lots of greens. We're eating lots of fresh foods. We're eating healthy foods. We're not overeating. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water so you don't overeat. And make sure that, like, actually something for you to do, especially if you are an emotional eater, or if you do tend to like eat when you're bored, make yourself a rule of like, okay, next time I'm hungry, what I'm going to do is just like a 10-minute meditation, and then I'm allowed to go eat. And tell your brain that I'm just going to meditate for 10 minutes and then I'll go eat. Or I'm just going to go dance for 10 minutes and then I'll go eat. Because what will happen is you'll go and dance for 10 minutes and then you won't want to eat again. You won't want to eat because your body's gotten all the serotonin. A lot of us want serotonin. We don't actually want food, especially if you're wanting carbs and sugar. That's your brain wanting serotonin, aka to feel happy and joyful, not that you actually are hungry. So drink plenty of water, tea, whatever, and make sure that you've got a few tools up your sleeve that you can be doing when that hunger comes, and just trick your brain into being like, oh, yep, I'll eat in 10 minutes. I'm just going to do this really quickly, and then you won't actually want to eat. Okay. All right, ladies, I hope this like helps you. So make sure that you've booked in for the online circles. I'm going to put the webpage link in here. The webpage link, it only has like the buttons are to the next available class. So just make sure that you're following my Instagram stories, because it's too, I didn't want to make a new sales page for every single circle. Like, I don't have time for that. DM call or whatever if we need to. I'm being fucking lazy. This is not the time to be like, oh, Siebes, I'll watch the recording. No, you fucking won't. Let's be real. You've paid $22. The chance of you watching the recording is like 0%. And the point is not to learn something. The point is to be there as a collective, healing together. So you need to be there live. So show the fuck up for yourself. Get out of your bed early or whatever you need to do, or stay up late, cancel your Saturday plans. Like, we don't really have any plans right now, so we can all fucking make it. And I'm really excited to have you all there. I'm really excited. Anyway, I'm posting so many things and on my IGTV at the moment, ladies, little videos, funny things, all that jazz. So please make sure that you're watching them and sharing them if you feel called. Obviously, you're going to get a 50% discount from Witchery Wisdom if you join one of these circles. And then also, I've taken off $3,000 off Baba. Like, what a discount. $3,000 off Baba. It's nearly half the price of what it usually is. I've changed the format a little bit so that I could do this. So if you are a businesswoman and you are wanting to do business in your feminine, and if you're stressed about your business right now is the time to be double as magnetic, double as alluring, double as amazing in your business. This is the time to do Baba, right? This is the fucking time. Also, it's going to be a smaller group. I'm feeling 6 women, which is, that's what came through the other day, and I was testing it with my pendulum. I'm feeling 6 women. We're going to be starting in April. So make sure that if you haven't already joined that you have, and booking your discovery call, or you can send me a DM via Instagram. But this is the time to really do your business, because like, you can do this like quadruple as well, as if you actually were working at the same time and traveling and having all these things on. So just think, like, not only do you get a $3,000 discount, but you also have so much more time to do it, implement it, email me, ask questions, and I have more time to email you back and to like be editing your stuff, like editing your website, all that jazz. So this is the fucking time to do all that stuff. And I'm just really excited for like how much we can get done in this time of like, I don't know, like house arrest. I'm kind of here for it. Anyway, have an amazing day, ladies. Make sure that you have taken some notes from this, that you've made your plan for the day. Get excited, put some fucking music on, do whatever makes you feel high vibe, put some fucking red lip on if you need to. Also, for the men listening to this, or for any women that have a man in their life, I'm getting Dom and Brian on the podcast today, actually, as I'm recording this today, to just share some tips for men, because obviously I can take women through processes because I know what we're feeling, but I don't know what men are feeling right now. So they're going to actually do a little podcast with me. We're going to record it today, and I'll put up ASAP of what men can be doing during this time to feel grounded, anchored, and also maybe like they're wanting to be the hero in these scenarios. That's like biology. So once that comes out, I'd be really grateful if you guys can share that episode with your husband or your partner, because they're also needing support, and they don't really know how to ask for it or what they really need. So sharing that would be really amazing for them, and also for you, because it's going to help your relationship. Okay, have an incredible day, and I will talk to you soon.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you got lots of chicken nuggets out of today's episode. I would be really, really grateful if you'd be able to leave me a review and a star rating that you think is appropriate, hopefully 5. And if you could share this podcast so that I can help more women live a life of flow and ease, I would be so fucking grateful. Make sure you tag me in it on Instagram so I can personally thank you, because I know so many of my clients have found me literally because their friends have posted about my podcast on their Instagram story. And I just want to help as many women as possible. So by you sharing it, I would be so fucking grateful, and I'm sure your friends would be too. If you do want to welcome me, please do check out my website for all those details. And of course, you can DM me on Instagram with any other questions. If you have any podcast things you want me to talk about, any ideas, any feedback. I am always open to it, and I always love hearing what you guys have to say. So please don't hesitate about that either. I will catch you on the flip side. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are.